the road. So I would say that yes, this road that is pushed towards this area will have an impact to the reserve.
This was known as one of the Mayan sites, and what they're saying now is that the road actually went through the site.
So this is totally is wrong, because we don't like to see the thing, because for ever since when I know myself, no time happened this. So it's totally wrong, and this is what we don't like, and that's why we come and investigate it and find out and see it person, with our eyes, what damage was happening right now.
They admitted they did not have any permit to go in there. Afterwards they were given permit, but that was in 13th of October when the forest department eventually gave them a permit to go in and do the studies. Certainly caused erosion. They blocked some creeks, and it is pushed on the gradient that is far beyond the, I think, 20%. Some of these hills are really steep. So yeah, it definitely caused erosion. In fact, when we were coming out, when we went in August, it was pouring rain, and you could see all the soil being washed down the hill.
Do you know who's supervising the work for BHD? Do you know who's supervising it?
I think it's the same BHD people.
Who's supervising it? They're supervising it.
They're supervising the work.
Okay.
But as stipulated in the permit issued by Forestry Department to BHD, it states that upon acceptance and its execution of this permission, BHD shall pay to the Forest Department a sum of $5,000, being a monitoring fee of $5,000 and a scientific collection research fee of $200.
It says here that the activities of BHD are monitored by forestry and appropriate government agencies. You're saying otherwise, you just told this committee that they are monitoring their activities? There was nobody there when we got there,
And again, I only want to.
And this is the copy of the press release. You can read it, but I encourage you to look at it.
One question.
As far as we know, the Forestry Department still is not monitoring BHD's activities. They were invited to several community meetings.
Our government agencies. Is there anyone from Forestry Department here?
Unfortunately, they never sent a representative, avoiding the concerns of the people.
Specifically speaking about the dam, coming up this Esperanza stream from where the base station, I would say, at where the tents are, where the generator is, coming upstream, we first observed a set of electronic equipment used to monitor probably the river flow and things like that, especially a water meter gauge that is being planted at the edge of the river that measures the depth of the river, so in case it floods or the water level falls, that is what that measures. And traveling upstream along Esperanza River, we noticed that yes, I would say there are surveys being done along the river route, mainly by those marks labeled by numbers, commencing, I would say, from the shed area at number 21, I guess, 21, commencing, proceeding upstream. We managed to reach up to the point of number 52, and there's where we decided, okay, we will return due to the amount of time that we have to conduct this education trip.
And these marks are spray painted directly onto
the they're spray painted directly on the stones along the river
on trees
side, as well as marks being made with pink, red, and orange color ribbons. So that gives the impression that yes, this development is ongoing.
Last night we found a chateros camp with 3 chateros. Yesterday, when we got to Bladen Nature Reserve, we observed 7 animals in the area that were actually grazing on the helipad next to the camp where the developers actually are camping. Helicopters have been landing at 2 locations within the Bladen Nature Reserve. Within the permit that forestry sent to BHD, it says, and I'm quoting from it, it says, I want to bring to your attention, based on a conversation that we've had, obviously this was BHD representative and forestry, that no helicopters are permitted to land in Bladen Nature Reserve. It says that in the permit. We have evidence that the helicopter has been landing there, not only at the helipad, which was cleared originally, but at another area, and I'll show you a picture of it. So it's been landing at 2 areas, 2 sites.
For any clearing or anything like that that's been going on, that's totally illegal. The Forest Department can't really even give permission for people to clear. That's completely illegal. It's the strictest form of protection.
What will happen once the company's feasibility study justifies the development? Will this create an opportunity where there will be de-reservation?
Under Belize's law, there's no way that a dam can be allowed within a nature reserve. So what will have to happen will be that either the legislation for nature reserves is amended, or more likely they'll de-reserve a portion of the Bladen and probably the Columbia River Forest Reserve.
Will we lose ownership and value to our land? Very likely. Once this land is privately owned, there will be restrictions. Of course, no one is going to come in and install a hydro dam and leave that area to be public. No man. How will you guard your business? It's a business, people. They need to guard their investment.
BHD already owns a hydroelectric dam on the San Miguel branch of the Rio Grande River. Now they want more.
Now, the Rio Grande is given to these developers. Now when they own it, they put a sign that said, private property, no trespass. What does it mean? It closed the door for you and I to go there. Now he is going further deeper into the forest, and which is the only richest resource we have in our country, my fellow BDCM.
The land itself is so pristine, it's so unique. Yes, it might not be good for agricultural purposes, but what is the land for? I mean, there are, in that little section, our resource like medicinal plants, posts for a house, sticks for a house, or cajon leaves. Now that has been taken away from us, where are we supposed to go?
These people, when they go there, they don't only want to exploit for hydroelectric power. They want land as well. We, the people in the Toledo, in the rural Toledo district, we cannot even own a title towards our lots. We don't have no private title to our lots. And these people, they come, they get these titles within weeks. What about us?
BHD applied for 50 acres that eventually turned into 500 acres in San Miguel.
But in the end, they got 500 acres of land. Nobody knows exactly what went on. There was no consultation, there was no nothing.
They have their full support with the minister, which is the previous minister, Mr. Marshall Mess. They have their full support. But one thing is, when that recommendation was given to Mr. Jeff to go ahead and do his project, it was given only 50 acres of land to secure his project. But after all, when that was the recommendation through the community, but after all, when they surveyed the area, I don't know how it comes, how it happens. I don't like to say so, but maybe it's because when it was given the permission through the community and the minister, but maybe Mr. Jeff and the minister worked something else beside it, because it was given already. So he took, like, I understand that's 250 acres of that area there right now.
And another concern is, what track record does the company have? What happened in San Miguel?
This developer came in and said that he's going to provide scholarship, lowering of electricity rates, providing jobs. And this is one of the things that I hate when people or investors come into our country, coining that providing job. I don't think we have been living here for many, many years without somebody coming in and said, okay, I got a job for you. Who's asking them for a job?